Hello, all. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, based on and whenever you are seeing this. Okay, so last week was the last slot of customers whom I was upgrading from version 26 to version 27, specifically on cloud. Now I know this, so I'll check this with customers who are on prem. I was a little bit surprised how number series behavior changed from version 26 to version 27. In this video, we'll just talk about what broke, how you can replicate this, or how you can kind of check it on your customers if they are not yet upgraded to 27. And I'm also going to report this to Microsoft. Hopefully, that get fixed into the future release, because based on my analysis, it seems it's a code issue. And you let me know into the comments, is it a code issue or not? So with all my faith with the product and some customer who wanted to delay it till certain CUs, we planned their upgrade and we gave them a guarantee as always that your upgrade will not break anything. They did certain testing which we request them on a sandbox environment before they were upgraded to version 27 in production. So we were pretty much happy how things were moving, and we were comfortable that it will move as expected. The day we did this upgrade, next day was India holiday, 26th. I had to come back to solve all these issues, to understand what went wrong, and then fix it for them. So we'll talk about the issue, how we fixed it, and what is the final solution for it as Microsoft should be doing it. Okay, so let's first when go through the replication scenarios. What are these replication scenarios that we have? So for the replication scenario, what I've done is I have one business handle 26.3 environment and a 27.2 environment, both US localization. You can do it in any localization, I'm pretty sure. But for the demo and for my simplicity, I have kept it as US on both the environment. This is complete Coronas, no customizations, no PDs, no app source app. So surprisingly, when customer went to item in version 26 and they said that they want to create a new item, which is of course a simple thing to do, they click new and they don't want a number series for their item for business reason, and let's say they give a name called Saurav for an item. Of course, I'm not an item, but just for the demo. So the item was created, no problems. Let's try the same steps with version 27. Create a new, and let's give the same name, which is Saurav. Okay. As soon as I hit tab, I get this error message that the number series does not exist. Identification fields and values code is equal to blank. Now remember, the settings are same. The customer does not want numbers, item numbers to be generated from a number series, which is a business requirement. So they had the similar setup on version 26 and 27, and they were getting errors when they were creating items. Now this can happen on other entities where there is a similar behavior, and even on custom entities where you have taken the pattern from Microsoft and copied it on your scenario. But the only situation where it'll happen, we'll talk about it. So this is how you kind of replicate it. Now surely because they didn't wanted item number to come from number series, on their inventory setup they had nothing defined on item numbers because they didn't want the number series to be populated. So what actually happened, they saw an error message that the number series does not exist, identification field and values code is equal to blank. When you hover over this icon where you can export the error message and the call stack of how this has been generated, you get something like this. So we'll go to this and then see how we move forward with this. What next? How to fix it properly till the point Microsoft accepts it as a bug and your customer works as expected. So for this, what you'll have to do in version 27, because they don't have a number series assigned on item, you'll have to go on version 27. Let's get out from this for a while. Head up to your inventory setup. On inventory setup, under items, just create a new one and let's say call it as item placeholder. Okay, and then in this number series you don't have to define anything. You just have to define that you allow manual numbers on this particular series. You don't have to define a starting number, ending number, last date used or anything. You just have to define that manual numbers are allowed and then select that newly created number series on your item number in inventory setup. Now similarly, if you are seeing it in other master entity or in your custom entities, you can just follow the same pattern. By setting that up, you are now should be able to say that I want to create item startup, and you should be able to create it. So how to fix it while Microsoft kind of accepts it and fix the code is define a new number series, a empty one, where you just enable the manual numbers so that system understand that the manual numbers are allowed in this number series and you are good to go at that point. So there are no hacks, just follow it as it is. Moving forward, what changed between version 26 and 27 that caused this error message as a developer? So let's try to see the code changes that happened between these releases. First, let's look at version 27. This is my item table, and then if you look at it on the number trigger, it checks if the number is not equal to the previous number, and then it checks does it allow manual number series. You go in here and you see that it then calls a test manual function. You go inside there and you see that it calls a test manual internal. Let's bring this side by side to version 26 code. This is version 26. On the number, on validate, let's go into the test manual. From test manual, go into this test manual, and here is where I would like to place these side by side so that we can see them. Okay, here we are, and here we are. Sorry. Okay, so let's come down to the test manual function. On version 26, this is 26, I should have placed it here, my bad, and this is 27, and then you can check all this in 26 if needed, but for simplicity. Now in version 26, this was very clear that this is going away, so they had this program warnings set, and here if you look at it, it says if number series code is blank, which is passed as a parameter from item saying inventory setup dot item numbers, which then went into here and which then passed in here. Here it says that if it is not equal to blank, then call the test manual internal, which is a function that's idea is to kind of get the next number if it is not a manual number, which is here at this point. If you look at it, let me disable this. So this is the code. Now if you look in here on the test manual, everything till this point is more or less same. It automatically calls the test manual, which internally then calls this function and it does a get directly. Now because of this one single line being missed, you are getting that error message because system is not checking that the number series on the setup is it blank or not, because if it is blank, then it doesn't check for the number series existence, which it is checking at this point. So because it is blank, it's giving that error message. So I'm going to try to submit to this Microsoft and say, just add this single line of code here so that we don't see this error message. So from a code change perspective, what you see here is version 26, where there is a check of if number series code is not equal to blank, then call test manual internal, versus version 27, where it directly calls this function and causes the error message that we are seeing. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you don't get surprised if you see this error message after you upgrade. We didn't had an item creation script till now on the test cases when customers were upgrading, but maybe we need to add that going forward to cover that. So what is for you here at this point? Have you seen any other issues from upgrading from version 26 to 27? And as I said, always try to replicate the scenario on the Kronos environment, and then let's discuss about it if it becomes a problem for you, because it can be a mistake from Microsoft end, or it can be a change which we are not aware about. Let's discuss those issues that you're facing with the upgrade in this particular playlist, which is available as an upgrade issues, and then try to solve them without building hacks, and also report them to Microsoft when we see them. At this point, what's expected from you? If you like the content, hit the like button. If you think this is shareable to person who are doing upgrades within your team, to share this video with them. It's always good to be informed than being surprised after the upgrade. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you are a customer watching this and you need our assistance, reach out to us at info@adityaconsulting.com and we'll be happy to help you. So I'll see you sooner than later into the next video. Till then, keep learning and keep sharing whatever you're learning. Thank you and have a nice day.